Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Ben Barnes, back to talk about how you in fact have potential for prosperity. I know, I look pretty just messed up today. I got it's like bedhead times 2. Sorry. The drink for today is a good one. If you guys haven't had it, it's Nuri. It's like a literal chocolate milkshake, protein shake. So it's pretty incredible. Let's go ahead and get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Today is another beautiful day. Oh my gosh, I've been needing this. It's been so long. We're getting far, guys. Oh my gosh. Here we go. This is it, guys. I forgot. I'm excited for this episode. January 1st, 2023. We are officially in the 2023 year. All right. The Whitewater. Well, this week was not super different. Just a bit of big news and big revelations. So first off, I've been teaching the zone leader, Elder B, English every night. It has been really fun, and the more I teach it, the more I realize how messed up English is. That we really don't have as many rules as I thought, but it has been really good for my Portuguese as well. My Portuguese is improving slowly but surely. I am at the not so very steep part of the progress graph, so it will just take a minute here to really reach fluent. I'm getting super comfortable listening, and I'm getting better at speaking. I practically understand everything, but speaking is just a little bit difficult still. Speaking of that, this Sunday I gave a talk. It was pretty good. No one was there because it was New Year's, so it wasn't too much pressure. It wasn't as long as I wanted it to be, and my Portuguese and stage fright made it a little hard. But hey, went well and I made it through. So on to an interesting story. This man and a woman approached us after we knocked on their door on accident when it wasn't the right one. They invited us in, and the guy was totally drunk. We went in, and they were siblings, but the guy's girlfriend was in a hammock in the garage. They were so wickedly drunk, it was crazy. They were incoherent, but the sister seemed really interested, so we did what we could. It seemed like it was going nowhere, as the sister ended up walking out and not coming back. The guy was much more lucid than his girlfriend, and he is like 70, by the way. But he looks at us and he says, "I'm asking you to baptize me right now." But he lived with someone who he isn't married to, and we told him we could get him married in 2 weeks. But he kept saying he wanted to be baptized right now. This man lives in a super crappy, cruddy little apartment, so dirty we stayed in the community garage. He clearly had just screwed up his life long ago and has never been able to recover, having an addiction to alcohol and drugs. Him and this woman were so lost and in so much pain, but just like, that's his name, Mark Antonio, I could see their spirit and their soul trapped in a prison behind their eyes. I could feel their spirit crying to me and begging me to help. The Holy Ghost, clear as day, was revealing their real spirits to me. Behind every person suffering an addiction and pains is a person calling for salvation. It broke my heart, and these people just kept asking to get baptized after they get married. I'm gonna pause. I'm sorry, I don't usually do this, but pretty much this guy, I won't pause. Sorry. This takes me to my last thing this week. I was transferred. Tomorrow on Tuesday, I will ship out to Agua Branca, or Whitewater. I was transferred from the safest place on the mission to one of the most dangerous areas by far. Maybe the most dangerous. There are men holding massive assault rifles and military-grade weapons on every corner, and there are only favelas. There are drug dealers and crime bosses that run these factions and gangs. They go to war every other day, and all around town are tables covered in thousands of pounds of drugs of every kind. These men, though are terrible and complete criminals, have a full-hearted respect for the missionaries. We have more authority in these favelas than some of the men part of these gangs. They never touch us and hardly even ask us where we are going. They let us pass into places where only people that live there can pass because they know who we are, and as bad as they are, they believe in God. They even ask for prayer sometimes and put down their guns. It isn't often that you get caught in a crossfire of some gunfights, but it happens. It is also the hottest area in my mission by far. The house there is claimed to be haunted, and pretty much this area is going to kick my butt. But I am so grateful, and I'm going to have such crazy experiences like this on my mission. I'm so ready to make some new stories with my new companion, Elder F. Makes sense why it is called Whitewater, Rough Rapids of Reality. I wrote a poem about this amazing first area and all the amazing people as well. The calm waters past. I remember when I first got here, the days would last, but my motivation from fear broke the pain from its mass. I sit and write on this deck about my time here in Drano, but my time none is left. I leave in a day or two, I move somewhere west, away from the love in my heart and my chest. Back to the struggles I had in the past, feels like they moved like glass they were cracked. Like the plane that I had shook, then it crashed. Maybe this area isn't the best, just the first, not the worst, just a test. The next place is a mess and a wreck. No wonder my first vision was of Trek. Though my words are a bit whack, have a speck of lack in my track that I lap. It goes in a circle like this land that I wrapped. I walked so much I know all the paths. I spoke to the people like my family, we laughed. I found the love of Christ in the times that we had. Drano is my first forever, its flag is on my back. But I have somewhere to go, and these calm waters just passed. Love you all. Thanks for reading. Please email me. Happy New Year. Make some goals, love each other, and one last thing, my one piece of advice for our new year. Nothing in this life can bring you as much happiness as living the gospel as a disciple. Find out for yourself what being a disciple really means to you. Ate mais. Ciao, ciao. Wow, guys. Cannot believe what a awesome freaking email that was. I mean, that was great. So much to tap into here. I think the first thing I wanted to talk about, which I almost interrupted to talk about it, but pretty much, hold on. Okay. But pretty much it's this story, we knocked on this door and we were walking away from it. I literally have a vivid memory of this now that I read this story. These people walk past us and they like kind of let us in their house and they're kind of drunk and we're like, okay, whatever. And it's like this full-on giant like open area. It's almost like a movie. Like it's the inside of the house, but it's so there's like a roof and it's like an inside of a giant warehouse and then there's like homes within it. It like looked like Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like crazy. It's like so nuts and there's like a hammock and all these things everywhere. And yeah, these people were very drunk, but like they really did want to get baptized. And like as we were like preaching the gospel though, like it's hard for the Spirit to be there. You can feel it. You can feel their spirit, like I said last time, like calling to you, And I love this. This is so very true. Everyone needs to know this. Behind every person suffering an addiction and pains is a person calling for salvation. That is reality above all, okay? And we need to be willing and open to seeing that behind their eyes and seeing them actually calling us and calling for salvation, because that is the reality of anyone who suffers with addiction. They're calling for relief, hope, anything to bring joy, and that includes the gospel of Jesus Christ, salvation, and something to have faith in and believe in. And then crazy, I got transferred. I remember that, getting called to Agua Branca. I'm shocked. I'm not going to try to spoil anything, but like the way that I described this, the favelas and stuff in the area was actually pretty accurate. And like, I'm very proud of myself for just listening that well to people. I will say criminals don't have that much respect for us and they don't let us go everywhere. And it isn't often you get caught in crossfire. That's true. It does happen though. And it was the hottest area of my mission. And the house is going to be haunted. Wait till we hear the stories about that, guys. You're going to just be in shock. It's actually mind-blowing. Calm waters past, everybody. I love that kind of vibe and story of my mission. Like, how cool is that? That my second area is called Whitewater, like the rapids. So, like, it's so cool. Like, that I go from the still calm waters of Drano, which is, like, this super nice area where, like, the mafia runs it. So you don't really see any crime. You don't see anybody with guns. And it's like a good area and like amazing ward and the best people. And like, I don't know what's in this next email, but I cannot wait to talk about this next area. Because this next area, like first area, I grew a lot. Like I think these first two areas are going to be some of the most important changes in my life and in my mission. But like, now that I think about it, like I thought about the area after that. And like just every area has so much to dive into and so many things and like changes in myself and in my countenance and my determination, my personality, and who I was as a missionary. So much changes in between each area and during each area, which I think is so crazy. And it's like so cool how each area that we're going to talk about throughout this reading here is going to have like something to teach me, a place, a lesson, a big growth, and just thing that happens during it. Like it's just crazy. So this next area really, I'm not going to try to spoil it, but let's just say I really am right about how this is the Whitewater, okay? It's the rapids. I went from the calm waters to the rapids for sure. So just just be ready, because this next email, I don't know what's there at all. I have no clue. So anyways, guys, look, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget, once again, it's just a repeat about anyone with addiction or pains, they're calling for salvation. They always are. So be open to help anybody. A lovely experience I had this week. A very, very intelligent man shared their quote of like, you don't know how much light you have in you until you try to show it. And that's for this season right now. Light the world, and go out and show as much light as you can. This gentleman who said that, he for sure does. He is amazing. His name is Sean. He's incredible. Okay. And he went and this year he did show as much light as he could. And his light was very bright. So very incredible. The one piece of advice I left for anybody for the new year of 2023 is to live the gospel as a disciple and figure out for yourself what that means to you. Because though I can sit here and I can tell you all these stories and I can explain to you all these different things, there are many, 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 many ways to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. So please go and find the way that you can serve him and serve others. And thank you very much. Please never ever forget that you do in fact have potential for prosperity. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.